war has broken out across the Middle East. How big will it get? Early on Saturday morning, the US and Israel conducted joint strikes across Iran. They targeted military sites and senior political figures, including Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, President Masoud Pezeshkian, and top military officials. Israel claims that they've eliminated several senior commanders. Iran's Supreme Leader is reportedly dead. But we don't know how successful these strikes have been, because Iran has prepared for them. The government had expected that the US and Israel could carry out a surprise attack during ongoing negotiations, like they did in last June's 12-day war. Iran quickly responded early on Saturday by firing missiles at Israel and at the Gulf states, including Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Kuwait. While these have largely targeted US military bases, they've also hit oil infrastructure and civilian areas. Yemen's Houthi group, closely allied with Iran, also said that they will resume attacks on Israel and on shipping routes in the Red Sea. So what happens next? This doesn't seem to be a limited attack focused on nuclear and military sites like last June. US President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu have implied the focus is regime change.
To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or, in the alternative, face certain death. To the great proud people of Iran, when we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
The US and Israel plan to carry out escalating rounds of strikes until Iran's government collapses or capitulates. But it's unclear if that will work. Iran's leadership knows that it is fighting for its survival. It also knows that it can't defeat the US and Israel directly. So instead, it is trying to spread the war across the region by attacking US allies, hoping that the Gulf countries will pressure Trump to end his campaign. Iran has also moved to close the Strait of Hormuz, through which about a fifth of global oil shipping passes per day. This could cause global oil prices to skyrocket, another form of pressure. It could also turn to groups like Yemen's Houthis, Lebanon's Hezbollah, and militias in Iraq to increase pressure by attacking US bases. The message to the US is clear. If you bring us down, we will throw the region into chaos. But it's not clear that this will work either. Faced with waves of Iranian missiles, Gulf states have voiced their support for the US, which could give America greater use of their airspace and bases to attack Iran. But how would this attack end? Trump's goals are very unclear. He seems to believe that a few days of intense bombing can eliminate Iran's leadership, destroy its military capacity, and encourage people to take to the streets until the government is toppled. But air power alone can rarely do that. It often requires fighting by armed, organized opposition groups on the ground, like in Libya in 2011. Iran's leadership has also prepared for a long-term war of attrition to fight for its survival. It's prepared its command structure so that it can continue fighting even if senior leaders are assassinated. The CIA's internal assessments have shown that even if Ayatollah Khamenei is taken out, he would likely be replaced by a hardline figure from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. It's using the saturation method, firing barrages of cheap missiles to exhaust enemy defenses. Senior US military officials have warned that this kind of drawn-out war could threaten US missile defense systems, which have been depleted by conflicts in Ukraine, Israel, and Yemen. Trump is also running low on another key resource for this war: public support. Polls show that only around 25% of Americans support military action in Iran. Since Trump claimed to have obliterated Iran's nuclear capacity last June, most don't understand why the US is going to war now. If the US starts to take on casualties, public opposition to the war could force Trump to stop ahead of midterms this November. Until then, both sides will try to show that they can keep going longer than the other. But the bar for victory is very different. Trump is gambling that they can overthrow Iran's leadership, install a more friendly government, and sustain minimal losses to US troops and allies in the region. But for Iran's leadership, victory is simply to show that they can survive. Who will fold first and just how bad things will get before they do is yet to be seen.